What is up guys, Ace here, back with another disc jam tutorial by way of request from YouTube user Jack Stonestreet, and he wants to know how to do the different curves with the joystick, and I have no problem making a video on that. And if you have anything specific you want to see, let me know in the comments below, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more. Now let's get this tutorial underway. Let's go to training. We're gonna go to training for this. Free play. Alright, so first off, there are three key things that you need to know when it comes to curves. One, it depends on where you are on the court. Two, where you're holding the joystick when you release the disc. And three, how much spin you put on it by input of your joystick. So first thing we're gonna do is we're only gonna use the L2 and R2 buttons to curve for now. And we're gonna try the different locations on the court. So if we do it right here, it goes a little bit left or right of the center, and then we'll use L2. Oop. It goes a little bit left of the center, right? Now let's see what happens if we back it up. R2, it kind of goes in the same spot as far as where it ends off, right? And let's try that with L2. Again, pretty close to the same spot. But let's go up here. It is gonna do it again, just so you know. It went a little bit more right, but still pretty close to where it was last time. And then we press L2. Kind of the same thing. But here's where the big difference is. When you're on one side of the court, the curve becomes a lot stronger depending on which way you're curving it. So R2, the curve is a lot deeper. But let's go to the right side of the court and press R2. That wasn't it. It barely curves at all, almost to the point where you can't see it. But if we come, let's say towards here, a bit more of a curve, but not as much as if you were in the center or on the left side of the court, right? And then the curve is the same way with L2. If you're on the right side of the court, it'll give a deeper curve like so. Not as much. As far as where you are on the court, left and right make a big difference. Forward and back, not so much. Obviously, if you're further back, the curve's not gonna seem as much because it's traveling a further distance. And if you're more forward, it'll seem like a bigger curve because it's traveling a shorter distance. Next thing we're going on to is where you're facing. So I'm still in here. Well, this is the normal R2, right? But let's say I make my guy face right. I press right on the joystick, and we'll see what happens with the throw. Boom. It gives a much deeper curve, and I didn't really move from the spot very much. We'll do it with L2. Boom. Same thing, a deeper curve. So when you're facing left at your release, or you're facing right at your release, it'll be bigger, the curve, yeah? And just know that when I say face right, it doesn't mean you just, press right on the joystick, because when you let go, he's gonna automatically face forward. So you have to hold it down if you're using R2 and L2. If you're using the joystick to curve it, then obviously if you're going down to left, you're going to be facing left. If you go down to right, you're going to be facing right. So with that, let's move on to joystick curving. So we're going to start off with going down to right. Now whenever you use the joystick to curve, this is something you have to keep in mind. You have to hold down X. You can't just press it. You have to hold it down as you make the input with your joystick. And you do have to input it somewhat fast. So the moment you press and hold X, like a split second later, and I mean a split second, you want to input your movement. So let's go down to right. Boom. One thing to take note of is the juice doesn't really matter. Like the speed, whether it's pink, blue, or white, doesn't matter. But obviously if it's too late, it's not going to curve at all, like how it is now. So let's try that one more time, down to right. Boom. So a pretty good curve. And now we're going to go down to left. So it's about the same as down to right, of course, but only on the other side, right? So the next thing to know is anything you input that's more than 90 degrees, it's gonna be a bigger curve, obviously, but more so, depending on which side of the court you're on, it will end up being a wall skip. So if we do it right here, let's go down to right. Wall skip. We do it on the right side, we're gonna go down to left. Oops. Well, that was an accident, but it worked out somehow. We're gonna go down to left. Wall skip on the right side. As far as joystick curves go, you want to keep in mind also that if you're gonna rotate it clockwise, it's always gonna curve right. If you rotate it counterclockwise, it's always gonna curve left. It doesn't matter where you start or end your joystick input. See, I can start it from the right side, make it go counterclockwise. So I start from the right side, making a clockwise motion, it curves to the left. I can start from the left side, in a clockwise motion, it still curves to the left. And it's gonna do the same thing vice versa. If I start from the right and go clockwise, it curves to the right. Now one thing you wanna make sure that you don't do is doing a curve that goes more than 180 degrees, because if you do that, it'll skip over and go in the other direction you meant. So I'm gonna go down a counterclockwise, but I'm gonna go over a 180 degree angle. You see how it changed right there? I'm gonna do it again. It's gonna show the input of the original down clockwise, but it's gonna end up down counterclockwise because I went more than 180. Whoops. See that right there? Same thing will happen if I go down counterclockwise. And it changes again. So you don't want to make it go more than 180 degrees. You want to keep it at 180 or just a little bit less. Now let's say I'm on the left side of the court and I want to wall skip on the right side. So I would have to make the input clockwise in order to do so. But I'm on the left side of the court. So let's see what happens. It didn't wall skip. Let's try that again. It still didn't wall skip. And that's because I wasn't on the right side of the court. Let's do it left. Again, I'm not on the right side of the court. By that I mean correct side. And because I wasn't on the correct side of the court, it didn't wall skip. If you want to wall skip on the left wall, you have to be on the left side. If you want to wall skip on the right wall, you have to be on the right side of the court. In any case, I believe that is everything that you need to know in order to curve like a pro. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, if you did enjoy the video, hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more. And as always, I will catch you on the next video. Peace.